Hi gorgeous, welcome, it's happy Friday. First I want to say I'm really sorry that I haven't been here for a while. I have zero excuse other than just been really busy, which is in itself a good thing obviously. So earlier on in the group I actually posted about the importance of having a freebie and why when I first started all those 8 years ago as an image consultant, not really knowing what I was doing, I was really terrified of the idea of giving away my skills and my knowledge for free, because I thought if I did that then clearly no one's going to need to hire me. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. That's not the way it works, and that's why I want to have this whole video all about the importance of freebies. And even in my freebie I talk about freebies. That's how important it is to business. So my message is this. My message is that we can all get paid to do what it is that we love. But in the process, we need to make sure that we are showing people the value that they get from working with us. And one of the fastest ways of doing that is to give away and show them for free. So I have taken a few notes here, and I want to explain to you that the reason that we need to have a freebie is because what that does is it helps you to generate your email list. You've probably heard about that. Everyone's talking about, you know, the key to success is growing your email list, or the money's in your list. And the reason for that is mainly because if you don't actually have a list, then an email list, then you're going to struggle. If something happened to Facebook or Instagram and they went down, then you wouldn't have access to all of those people. So your email list is the only true list that you actually own. You don't own all of those thousands of people that might be on your Instagram. You don't own the people who are on your Facebook page or in your Facebook group. So we know how quickly Facebook changes, and now Instagram is owned by Facebook. So all the algorithms and all of the changes they keep making so that we have to keep pumping more and more money in to advertise to get in front of the right people. If that all went down and we had no access to those people, then we would have wasted an awful lot of our valuable time. So the freebie is to generate the email list, and once you've got that list, you need to make sure, once you've got their email, you need to make sure that you're giving them something of true value. And one thing I would say is that I have actually signed up for things that I've thought, great, that sounds amazing, and then when I've opened it I thought, where is the quality in this? This is not what I thought I was signing up for, and instantly I unsubscribed. And that's what you do not want. You want to make sure that your freebie is something that's going to make people think, wow, if she's giving me this for free, imagine what her paid stuff will actually look like. So you give them a flavour of it, and it also is one of the fastest ways to build that crucial know, like and trust factor, because people buy from people. You have to show that you are a person. And so Facebook's great, Instagram's great, but actually for them to physically give you their email address, they've sort of bought into this relationship with you, and that's really, really important. So let's think about what's the point of it. Like I said, having this know, like and trust factor is really important. And how can you actually have that in a freebie? Well, there are 4 things that when you're creating your freebie, whatever that might be, you need to think about. So you need to think about, in your freebie, is it going to be something that's going to inform someone of something? Are they going to become aware of something? So for instance, with one of mine, I made them very aware of the importance of the subconscious mind and limiting beliefs, and how that can have a knock-on effect in their business. So they've become informed. Then the other thing that might be is, other than informing them, you could teach them something, or both. So with one of my freebies, they actually get taught, not just informed about the subconscious mind, but they actually got taught the step-by-steps in what they could be doing to transform their subconscious mind. So whatever it is you're teaching, you could have just a small section of things that they would learn in that process. The third thing that you could think about, what's the purpose of your freebie, is actually to entertain people. They, like the saying goes, people don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. So when you're giving away free content, whether it's your opt-in or whether it is on Facebook or Instagram, think about making sure that you engage other people's emotions. So you don't have to just always make them laugh or make them smile. You can shock them. So if you've got something and it goes against what other people in your industry are saying, then speak up. Make sure that you give them something that they're actually going to remember. And then the fourth thing you could think about for a purpose of what your freebie is to inspire or to motivate them. So a lot of the things that I share in my group and in the freebies are to motivate people, for people to understand that it is possible to get paid to do what they love. So if that's not your message, whatever it is, you can inspire people. So if you're trying to help people lose weight, you could have before and after photos. So there are always ways. Hey Lisa, there are always ways for you to think about what is the purpose of your content and this freebie. So with those four things, let's give some examples. So inform. So like I said, there are a few image consultants in here and I used to be one. So you can inform people about the idea of the different body types or the style personalities. And then the other element is you could teach them something. So it's one thing them knowing and hearing about this new idea of body types or style personalities, or this new idea of your way of helping them to lose weight. But then the next step to go deeper is to actually teach them something. So that could be teaching them how to dress for their body type or dress for their style personality, or teach them a recipe. Or if you're a nail technician, I know we've got some nail technicians in there, you could actually show them a picture and a step-by-step way of how to recreate whatever the nail art that is that you've done. Because from there, if you're teaching them something, you're actually going to show them that you know your stuff, and people buy from people that they think they're going to get value from. So you don't want there to be other people in the industry who are giving away freebies and showing they know their stuff. If you're holding back, you're going to lose out on that sale, because someone's going to spot that other person and think, great, yeah, I love the way she showed me how to do that. I want her to do it for me. I can promise you that if anyone is going to be your ideal client and is going to pay for you, then by showing them that you're good at what it is that you do, and by giving them some stuff for free, they're actually going to be more likely to buy from you. Let me give you an example. As you know, I've mentioned I've trained to be an image consultant, but I follow someone that I trained with alongside her. So she was like my colleague. She wasn't the trainer. She's fantastic. I absolutely love her. And she does such a great job at showing her tips and tricks and how to style and how to do that. I've actually thought, do you know what? Next time I do my photo shoot, I'm going to hire her. I know how to style myself, I know the tips and tricks, but actually different people will allow you to see things in a different way. So show that you know your stuff, show that you're passionate about it, and people are more likely to actually pay. How can you entertain people? Well, you can obviously tell stories, you can share your own journey, you could show them some gorgeous items. So for instance, if you're an image consultant, you can show some items that are in the shops at the moment. And then the other way, obviously, to inspire and motivate them. So you could use quotes, you could use before and after photos, because they're always so inspirational. And think about the things that you like. So the people that you follow, what excites you? What makes you want to sort of say yes or hand over your email address? Think about that and look at it, your business from your potential client's point of view. So we've talked about why you need a freebie, because you want to make sure that you've got their email address, because that's the only list that you obviously own. And once you've got their email address and you've given them the freebie and you've shown them that you know your stuff, you've engaged their emotions, you either taught them something, you've entertained them, or you've inspired them in some way. From there, make sure that that isn't the last time they hear of you. Because it's too easy to fall into the trap of, spending your time collecting these email addresses and great, building your list, but actually you're not actually doing anything to communicate with them. So there'd be nothing worse than if someone signs up for, two different people, they've signed up with one image consultant, signed up with another, and then one of them they get the amazing freebie and then you never hear from them again. Or someone who weekly is sending just, a short email, being in touch, showing them that you're a valued member of their community. So make sure that you don't just generate this list to get the freebie out there and ignore people. It's important that you keep yourself in front and foremost in their mind. For whatever industry you're in, you need to make sure your potential clients know you are the go-to girl. So let's think about some examples of some actual freebies. What could you offer? So I've got a little list here. So you could offer an e-guide or an ebook. One of the first ones that I created was an ebook. And one thing I would say is whatever you provide, make sure it says quality. I paid about £120, I think, and one of my favourite designers, and I got her to create it for me, even though I was giving it away for free, because I wanted people to be impressed when they opened this freebie up. So you don't have to pay someone. You can use something like Canva because it's free and it creates, amazing graphics. But just make sure it's got that professional edge to it. So an ebook or a workbook. I've got a workbook as well now. So what's the difference? Well, an ebook, you're going to just inform them. A workbook, you get them more engaged. You can ask them questions. I created one with space in between so they can actually start filling in and answering questions, because again, the more you get them to think, the more you get that you engage their emotions, and then you're going to build that rapport with them because they're going to remember how you made them feel. You could, if you've already got a book, you could maybe give part of a paid book for free. I've seen that happen with lots of people, and it works really, really well, because then the next step is obviously they then buy it from you. It could be a physical product. So I've worked with different massage therapists. So if you're going to an event, for instance, this would work well. You could give away, a free small sample of something in exchange for an email address, which has worked really effectively. It could be a cheat sheet for something, or it could be a checklist for something. If they're going shopping and there's a checklist for things to take, or how to, get through the January sales and still come out not feel like, wish they hadn't gone out in the first place. It could be an audio recording. So I've done an audio recording with 3 parts to it. Or it could be a video series. That's the next one that I'd like to make, actually. But again, it's important to have that quality piece. Having said that, I've seen people generate a massive list through YouTube videos and Facebook Live, where they've been just able to keep showing that they have quality to give, and then people have then wanted to sign up so that they don't miss those. What else have we got? Member only content. So I've also got that. I've got loads of freebies. If you're not on my list, you need to get on my list. So I've got a free members area where I've sort of grouped all of the freebies that I've created, and so if you're an entrepreneur, there's bits in there about mindset, there's how I got into Huffington Post, there's bits on my money mindset reading list. So it's just an area where people can go and they can feel nurtured, but it's something away from just the Facebook or away from Instagram. What else could you do? A free consultation, perhaps. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned in this video, although I have mentioned it other times, is you must make sure that you are creating this freebie for people who are your ideal client, your niche, or your niche if you're American. Because otherwise, you don't want to just be giving this stuff away for free to people who aren't really going to do anything with it. And so if you're offering a free consultation, you do not want to give it to people who aren't going to either take you up on it, or even worse, take you up on it and waste your time because they're not actually interested. So if you are going to be doing an event, for instance, and you're in front of people who are your ideal clients, then you can offer a free consultation. That works brilliantly. I've had many clients doing that way, where I've said, have a free consultation. They've obviously had to give me their email address so that they can get in touch. A contest, a free contest. I've done that loads. I used to go as an image consultant. I used to go and go to fetes and school fetes and do workshops and things. And I would run a free contest. So they would either get a free physical item or they'd get part of a free service. But by giving them the email address, I would tell them that I will announce the winner at some point. So that is really, really effective as well. Or it could be some sort of downloadable resource. So if you're a graphic designer or even me as a coach, I could create maybe some positive quotes that people would like to have, like memes or things they could put on their phone. So you could create something that they could download and they could save to their phone, or they could save as their background on their computer, for instance. But it's just something that they're going to be able to use, and every time they use, they're going to think of you, right? Perfect. Make sure you put your details or your logo on there so people can't just rip it off. So there's lots of different ideas there. And the last thing I want to mention is the fact that this is not just a numbers game. We are not just trying to, unlike Instagram sometimes, obviously you want your ideal client on Instagram and Facebook, but it's nice to see the numbers growing, isn't it? It's great. And I often get like male bodybuilders liking my business page, and I know that they're not my ideal clients at all, but actually it's just like, okay, that's fine, whatever. But I wouldn't want to be somehow attracting those people to my freebies. I want to make sure that the people I've got on my list are people who are going to want to engage. Because what's better, having 5,000 people on your email list and very little engagement, or 500 and they're basically like raving fans? They open everything that you write, they're interested, maybe you ask a question and they're going to respond. It's much, much better to have a smaller list of people who will engage with you than just to basically advertise to anyone and his wife and hope people will sign up. So don't be discouraged if your list is small. If your list is small, then make sure that at least they're the people that you want to work with, and make sure that you keep communicating with them regularly, making sure that you treat them even better than you treat people in your Facebook group, because ultimately they're the ones that have handed over their precious email address. And it's no good anymore just putting on your website, sign up for my newsletter. I'm afraid that doesn't cut it anymore. The world and his wife is trying to get people's email addresses, so you have to come up with something that people will want to, willingly give your email address and be willing and excited to find out and have it delivered in their inbox. We are inundated with noise and just stuff all the time, so we need to make sure that we stand out from the crowd. So if you're confused by this, then I want you to know that actually this is what I do. I help my clients with this. Just this last week I've helped 2 clients not just work out exactly like how to get their freebie out there and what their freebie is going to look like, but I've taken them a step back where it's like got clear on their ideal client and what their ideal client's actually going to want. I've helped them to actually generate the ideas for what their freebie is going to be. So one of the women I worked with, we said actually it's going to be a 3-part audio series, and I helped her decide what's going to go in part 1, part 2, part 3, because that's really, really important that you think it through and you take them on this journey. So I help my clients to do that. I also help them with the next step. Is you've created this amazing, beautiful freebie. How do you get it in front of people? Who should you advertise it to? Where should you advertise it to? And then from there we create a sales funnel, because you want them to not just get your freebie, but to be going into sort of a stream of emails as such, so that they are building that relationship more and more with you. They're not going to build a relationship just having this one free ebook and that's it, if they never hear from you again. So I help them to automate that system. So if you're thinking this is what you need to be doing, you haven't got a freebie, or you don't know how to make sure that more people are seeing it, then get in touch with me. You can book a free consultation with me where I actually talk you through and we say, where are you now? Where do you want to go? And I help you see if I'm the right person to help bridge that gap. Because ultimately coaching and mentoring is to help you to, whatever your goal is to get there quicker, overcome any limiting beliefs and overcome any of the areas where you just feel like I don't have the knowledge for this. You don't have to know everything. You've gone and you've trained, you've invested heavily in learning your skill and your trade. So if you need some support to help you in the business arena, then make sure you do yourself and your business the justice, and actually find someone who's passionate about helping you to get paid to do what you love. So if you have any questions, please just pop them below. I'll happily answer them, and I look forward to seeing your freebie. So put it in the Facebook group. I put a link in a thread that you can share it, and take care until next time. I'll speak to you later. Bye.